This video was made, created by me ZS0020 Prime, leader of the Defenders and master of the Skybase. I am also known as ZS Prime, ZS0020 Prime, and Sylveon Prime, and nobody has any permission to use this video without my permission or authorization. This music was made, created by me ZS0020 Prime, leader of the Defenders and master of the Skybase. I am also known as ZS Prime, ZS0020 Prime, and Sylveon Prime. Nobody has any permission to use this music without my permission or authorization.
Good afternoon, everybody. Today this is gonna be kind of a fun video. Basically, what I did, I saved you all the trouble of and the hour-long anguish of watching me do this. What I did is I replaced my light strip, this old one. Basically, the LEDs on it burned out, so I replaced it with this one. Hold on, where's the... There we go. Basically, it does the same. I didn't get anything super fancy. I went for whatever I could afford on the cheapest thing. The obnoxious part is this has adhesive in the back, so I had to basically tape this part completely over so it doesn't do anything. Now, the interesting part is, if I press this button on the remote right here, watch what, see, every time and I do apologize, by the way, strobe warning for everybody if you're light sensitive, just let you know. Basically, that's what it does when you have it on that mode. Every time you talk to it or it hears sound, it'll flash like that. Mode 2 basically has it do this. Basically, it does that. And then mode 3, it's like that. Basically, it will stay on whatever default color you choose, but when you talk, it'll flash. It's supposed to work with music. Like if you have music playing, it's supposed to make it more festive. And mode number 4 does basically that. Now, for my intensive purposes, I'm just having it on red. Now, the colors that you can choose from, basically it's an RGBW light. Basically, it's red, green, and it has the default white, which looks like that. It has blue, which is that, green, which is that, and red, which is that. And then it has every color in between that, like this orange, this other green-looking color, this brighter blue, this pink. Interesting. It even has, it actually has pink lights. Ah, interesting. I may probably keep it at pink. So it also has pink, orange, and then this kind of blue, and then darker blue, and then it's kind of pink, but it's like brighter pink. And then more yellowish orange. I don't know what color that is. Then more darker blue, then yellow. Basically every color in between. Jump does that. It basically changes. Well, jump 3. Quick does that. It just cycles through it. Jump 7 does that. Slow does this. Fade does that. It basically will fade in different colors. Auto does that. Fade 7 does that. And flash basically does that. It'll basically flash in every color. But for my intensive purposes, I want it on red. Because that flashing when I'm back here is going to drive me crazy. Because as you can see, I have other lights, like for my room, which is green, for this kind of living room / dining area, because there's no separating walls, so it's kind of all in one. Living room / dining area / like front entrance, so it's kind of like all in one. So I have this like green light for ambience. Then this, I just needed, well, the problem with this one is the red circuit, or whatever you call the red LEDs, burned out completely, so it was ridiculously bright green. Like, it was livable, but it was a pain. It was still not something I wanted to deal with, and considering the fact that the strip was beginning to malfunction. I decided it's a wise idea to replace it. And if worse comes to worse, I did buy a second set of those LED strips. So if these burn out, I'll be able to replace it without having to spend any more money. And the reason why I'm shoving this receiver back over here is when I turn on my TV, you know what? I should probably test this to make sure there's no interference from my remote, because that's the problem I had with one of my other LEDs. Okay, so from that distance. Okay, so... Okay, good. Good, it's not interfering whatsoever, because it would only interfere doing like the TV remote. Making sure. Yep, okay, good. Okay, let me exit, because even if you're far away, it'll still communicate with the cable box, because it's not IR dependent, it's some sort of other weird signal. The only thing the IR affects is the TV, as you can plainly see. Yeah, if I do see, if I do anything else besides TV controls, you don't see any AR lights. It's only the TV controls that have the AR. And that's what I was making sure. I was making sure that there's no AR interference, because I don't want my lights changing when I'm turning on my TV or switching the channel. I've had that happen with, in particular, I believe it was this strip. Well, this strip has a bit of a story to it. This one right here. The reason why it's cut so short, well, it ends like right about here, is because this strip ended up getting crimped. Like, it used to go around here, around this area of the door, and it got damaged. So basically from here to there, the LED light wasn't working. So basically I was still able to use it, because this from there to there was still working. So I just put it over here, and that's when I got this LED light. And I basically I ran it. Basically, here's the AR sensor for that light. That AR sensor is too far away to be affected, because it's practically behind a wall. And the way the walls are built here, I don't know if I believe there is insulation in between, but there's a wall, and there's basically one sheet of drywall and another sheet of drywall, and in between I believe there's insulation. Hey, Luna. What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? So the way I had to, so basically, that's too far away to be affected, and the AR sensor is also too far away to be affected. That AR sensor, I believe, was the one that was having the interference thing. I'm surprised it didn't get affected. Maybe because it's facing away, or it's not close enough, or maybe I just got lucky. Because I don't remember, or maybe it could be because it's a different remote, because I don't remember at the time if I had my voice remote or the old Xfinity remote. All I know is that was a pain in the butt to deal with, but at least I was able to adjust things so it doesn't interfere. So at least we were able to test, so there is no IR interference. Well, that's what it's called basically when you have when you have one IR remote that has basically the same code as another device, and it ends up messing with the other device when you try to turn on a different device. That's basically called IR interference, infrared interference. So good. And don't bother with that QR code. That's just to download the app, because yeah, you can download the app to control this thing. And don't mind me here, I'm just gonna put some stuff back. I had to move a few things around. Actually, why don't I put this elsewhere, since it's falling down? Hold on, give me a moment. I'm doing everything all one-handed here, Lee. Ah! Perfect. Why don't I stuff that in here? There we go. That way it doesn't fall down. And this needs to be put over here and not on the stove. Okay. So all I have left to do is just basically the cleanup process. That was basically the white strip that was on the back of this thing. I probably shouldn't have peeled it all off. That was my mistake, but the little tape thing that I did over here should work. It ain't perfect, it ain't pretty, but it'll do the job. And so far I'm happy. It's as bright as I need it to be. I don't need it to be in the face, and I need it to be super bright, and I don't need it to be in my face. Don't mind me, I just need to get a piece of tape over here. If you're wondering why I'm getting a piece of tape is, let me see here. You see these copper connections right here? Hold on, you can probably see it better when I turn the light. This copper connection right here, you don't want that getting broken. If that gets broken, it'll mess up the LED lights, because apparently you can cut these. But I didn't want to go through all that bullshit of cutting it. So basically, that's all there is to it. I don't know how many minutes it took, because I wasn't calculating. It took me a couple minutes and a lot of cursing, but I managed to get it done. And basically, that's how it looks better when the lights are off. But yeah, that's how it looks. So anywho, ladies and gentlemen, whoa, almost fell down. I'm going to whoa, sheesh, Luna, you almost made me trip. As I was saying, anywho, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to conclude this video for now. If you don't forget to leave a comment down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you all on my next video, whenever it is and whatever it is. Have a good day and or night, everybody. Bye. Oh yeah, one more thing I'm going to add before I go. If you're wondering where I got the light strip, that was from Amazon. Okay, now I'm going to go. Bye, everybody.